What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Other 31, where we talk about every single team in the NFL on a day-to-day basis. Today, we're going to be doing the NFL Super Wild Card Round upset alerts. What games do I think that have a little bit more upset potential than the others, where I think that the team that's not favored can go ahead and grab a victory in? We're going to be going over that today. It's really important to look at these kinds of things. Like, the team that's favored isn't always going to win. That's not how it works. Every single year in the playoffs, there's some crazy shit that happens that kind of just blows everybody's mind. I mentioned it last video, but we all remember how it felt watching the Ravens get ass blasted by the Titans last year. It was absolutely insane. Everybody was shocked. We thought that the Titans had some type of miracle magic. Go ahead and win a Super Bowl with a 9-7 record. Sadly, it didn't happen, but they sure got close. They got really close. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at some matchups with that same shit your pants upset potential, because good God, there are some good games this year that can really get your gears turning about who's going to win them. You never know. So the first matchup I have here, in the main matchup in this video, the one that I really feel strongly about, has to be the Washington football team versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, Tampa's coming into this game as 8-point favorites, and I'm not sure they're completely deserving of that. They have lost to some pretty suspect teams this season and have shown noticeable blemishes, such as their secondary and even lackluster offensive performances, which you think would be impossible with players like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, AB, and more. They also have had a little bit of a defensive coronavirus outbreak. I don't know. They've always had this little bit of an eyesore when you look at them. They don't look like a complete team, and it's because of their chemistry issues. They're not 100% bonded like some of the teams that are in the playoffs right now. They seem more of something that was quickly thrown together instead of homegrown talent. It's really obvious that they just were an off-season project that was just to throw as many stars as you can into one room and see how it goes. And I'm not convinced that that's the way to go in the NFL. I really don't. You can get away with it in the NBA, but football, you have to rely on each other. You have to know how each other plays, and they've had a whole season, but I just don't think that's enough to make a Super Bowl run. And on the other hand, the Washington football team is not a bad football team. This is the same team that knocked out the undefeated 11-0 Steelers, for God's sake. Am I saying that their ticket for the Super Bowl is punched? No, but they are 5-1 with quarterback Alex Smith, and they do have the second best ranked total defense in the NFL. So they are no slouch. This is not a write-off win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I definitely think this is more of a matchup than people think, and we could see bitch boy Brady all sad and sorrow for the 6th time this season. I would not be surprised if the Washington football team came away with a little bit of a tight victory over Tampa Bay here. They are actually a really well put together football team. They have a fantastic defense. If their quarterback position was just a tad bit better, they would be legit playoff contender. But Alex Smith. So for the second game here, I have the Browns versus the Steelers. All right, so this one's not as 100% like I'm confident in this one, but I still think there's a good bit of upset potential here. This is the furthest thing from a write-off for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but this begs the question, and I really want to know, will the legend of Corvette Boy live on?
Bitch. Corvette, hop in a motherfucking jet like that. Him and that, him and that like that. They were like, Pop, why you all like that? Why you tall like that? Why you all like that? I'm a Bengals.
Juju Smith-Schuster is blown up, and the whistle's blown.
Playing like a one lurk, and watching this come downhill. Boom! It's perfect. He does it perfectly. He knows it's coming to him. He knows Juju likes to run.
Niggas keep talking about looking for me, but them niggas capping, they know where I'm at.
Honestly, after seeing that, probably not, dude. He's not even the best wide receiver on his team at this point, and we all know that to be true. Regardless, though, the Steelers have had a pretty noticeable collapse. They went from 11-0 and lost 4 of their last 5 games to end the season 12-4. Someone really tried to tell me that they did that on purpose. I don't know why they would do that, but if they did do that on purpose, they forfeited the first seed for no reason, because they kind of had it in the bag. I don't want to hear it. This Pittsburgh Steelers team managed to lose to the Washington football team, the Bills, which I'll give them a pass. The Bills are good, but when you're 11-0 and you're 11-1 going into this game, you're expected to win these games. They lost to the Washington football team, the Bills, The Bengals without Burrow, they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals by 10 points. Divisional game or not, they suck. They actually suck. They're actually so ass. That doesn't matter. Divisional game or not, I don't care. And the Browns in overtime just last week. So the Browns have already shown they're capable of beating this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Now they just have to do it again. But with this time, a little bit of a COVID outbreak for the Cleveland Browns. I don't even think they're going to have their head coach in this matchup. So that's a little bit of an eyesore there for them. Hopefully their COVID outbreak doesn't affect anything so we can see the Pittsburgh Steelers go out like the frauds they are. So the third game we got, and I'd be lying, and I'm sorry, but I'd be lying if there isn't a little bit of cloud of upset potential here. Saints versus Bears. The Saints are 10 points favorites heading into this game, and I promise you right now they usually do not fare well as high point favorites. We have been eliminated from the playoffs by one score or less for the past 6 straight playoff appearances. Why? I don't understand why. We lost in the wild card round last year to the Minnesota Vikings, and the Bears actually took us into overtime this year. Even though that was when we were injured and had no wide receivers whatsoever, it is what it is. We still went into overtime. Luckily for the Saints, though, they're getting Michael Thomas back and likely Alvin Kamara, who's been practicing digitally with the team and implementing himself into the game plan from home. That's huge, and it should prevent Mitchell Trubisky from winning this football game. Not to say the Bears won't have a little bit of motivation for this game. I can't think of why, but I don't know. I feel like these two teams have had some problems before, but I can't really tell. I feel like the Bears might have a little bit of extra motivation. I'm not sure. Something tells me that. I don't know. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section below what you think the biggest matchup that has upset potential is for this wild card round. I'd really like to get your opinions. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, please. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.